The feud between Donald Trump and Florida Governor Ron DeSantis is getting real spicy. All right, lots of jabs, and in this case, Ron DeSantis did respond to Donald Trump, although did not respond by mentioning Trump by name. Now, we gotta back up a little bit because this all really started on Monday, and we covered this, when Trump called DeSantis and Nikki Haley, who by the way has just announced that she is planning to run for president in 2024, very disloyal for considering a 2024 run against him. Let's just watch that video one more time.
Ron would have not been governor if it wasn't for me. Well, then when I hear he might run, I consider that very disloyal. Talked to her for a little while, but I said, look, go by your heart if you want to run. She's publicly stated I would never run against my president. He was a great president.
Now, Ron DeSantis has finally responded to that. He did so in the context of a news conference. Let's watch what he had to say.
I roll out of bed. I have people attacking me from all angles. It's been happening for many, many years. And if you look at the good thing about it though, is like if you take a crisis situation like COVID, the good thing about it is when you're an elected executive, you have to make all kinds of decisions. You got to steer that ship. And the good thing is that the people are able to render a judgment on that, whether they reelect you or not. And I'm happy to say, in my case, not only did we win reelection, we won with the highest percentage of the vote that any Republican governor candidate has in the history of the state of Florida.
Oh, that triggered Trump. Trump be triggered. I'm gonna give you his panicky and angry post in just a second, but I want to give you a chance to jump in, John.
Yeah, I definitely have stuff to say about Ron DeSantis. I'll say on what Trump said. I do not understand why a guy whose main appeal to the voters that like him is supposed to be that he's an alpha, and they definitely think that he's an alpha, can't even pretend to be one. When you're asked about Ron DeSantis and Nikki Haley running, you say, you know what? I think they've made some good moves. I think they still have a lot to learn. I wish them the best. It's not going to affect me in any way. I will be the nominee. I will be the next president.
That's
what you say.
Yep.
Yeah, it'll be good to have a little bit of a warm up for the actual full general election debates when Ron DeSantis gets on there.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll score a point or two, and then I will represent the Republican Party. Why are you so utterly pathetic? It's so disloyal that he's running against me, you whiny little baby.
He's such a whiny little baby. He even
just beat them.
He even went after Nikki Haley again today, which, look, the Ron DeSantis attacks, I think they're dumb and he shouldn't do it because it makes him look incredibly weak and pathetic. But do you really think that Nikki Haley has a chance at winning? She's polling at 8% with the Republican electorate right now.
I hope we're wrong because that would at least be a major wild card, but I just can't imagine. I mean, she's got better than a Ted Cruz chance, but
I can't believe Nikki Haley's in his head. I don't know, maybe it would be a mistake, but if I were Donald Trump, I would totally intentionally underestimate Nikki Haley because she deserves it.
Yeah, I get why, based on the polling, he's a little bit more worried about Ron DeSantis. Even then, stop being such a pathetic little whiny baby. But you're just gonna cry about everyone when Mike Pompeo announces you're gonna cry about it on TV.
Oh yeah.
You're gonna cry about Ted Cruz?
Oh yeah.
He won't do it. He actually is scared of challenging Trump, but it's just pathetic.
Yeah, it is. So after Ron DeSantis addressed what Trump had to say about I made you, basically. That's like the comment that Trump keeps repeating over and over again about Ron DeSantis. He responded to DeSantis by saying, remember, I was 233 to 20 in the midterms and I got 1.2 million votes more than Ron DeSanctimonious.
He's still using that.
I know. In the great state of Florida, also 12 million more votes in 2020 than in 2016 and won. But you won in the state of Florida? Is that what he means?
I think that's what he means.
Okay, I hope so.
I don't remember what happened nationally though.
Yeah.
So it looks good for him. He won in Florida, that's probably all that mattered. He's president now, right?
Dude, I mean, he'd like to think so for sure. No, but I mean, you're comparing a gubernatorial election to a president. Anyway, whatever. But
yeah, and he's doing the 233 to 20, where he's including state legislators and endorsing congressmen who were never going to lose in red districts, and leaving out that those 20 were incredibly significant. We're talking about Kari Lake and Herschel Walker and Mastriano and Dr. Oz. All of those are way more important than the ones that make up the 233.
Definitely, and there's more. He even called Ron DeSantis a globalist. But before he did that, he had posted a video of Ron DeSantis when he was much younger. In the video, he was saying something like, "Oh, I'd like to be a political figure like Paul Ryan." So Trump shares the video on Truth Social and captions it, "Wow."
Wow.
Wow. Can't let that happen. Now, in other posts, he writes, "Thank you. The real Ron is a rhino globalist who closed quickly down Florida and even its beaches, loved the vaccines and wasted big money on testing. How quickly people forget." I love that they're like jabbing each other over who was more responsible in response to COVID.
I let people die. No, I let people die. I let people die first. Pathetic. And by the way, he's pathetic, but also, love reviewers from Florida, and obviously you weren't a part of this, but the fact that Ron DeSantis did win by the biggest margin, despite offering up tens of thousands of additional Floridians to needlessly die, that's disheartening about the state of democracy, that you can do that and win re-election.
That absolutely. Now, he also re-truthed the following. DeSantis has never been America first. He is faking it, trying to build his conservative credentials until he is elected president. Jeb Bush, Karl Roves, Paul Ryan, they are hiding in the background, pushing him. Governor is as far as he goes. Now look,
they might be kind of right about that background stuff, but
maybe. And then finally, he's a globalist dude. Don't be fooled. He supports Ukraine and criticized Trump on his foreign policy. Trump kept everyone in check. God, I'm so looking forward to the Republican primaries. There are things to look forward to, folks. When you're feeling that dread that you were tweeting about today, John, and you're wondering to yourself, how do I stay sane? Think about the fun that we're gonna experience during the Republican primaries.
Oh no, and we're gonna cover all of them. I hope a lot of people run. So long as we have Republican primary and then general election polls showing them being absolutely crushed, and then another one, and then they're definitely not gonna be president. That's the sort of fun that I want in 2023.
And look,
and then Joe Biden doesn't announce, and we get a progressive, and then we have a Republican debate. That's what I want.
Yeah. That sounds pretty good.
It does.
Can let that happen. Okay. All right. Finally, the last thing I do want to mention is there seems to be a very clear disconnect, if you ask me, between the electorate and what's very clearly an orchestrated right-wing media effort to uplift Ron DeSantis and crush Donald Trump. I don't know if that conservative media apparatus is gonna work, but here's a little taste of it.
My theory is, wouldn't it be great if DeSantis run with Trump as VP?
DeSantis and Trump are on the ballot. Ben, you first. You only know what you know about them right now.
Who would I vote for in the primary?
Yeah.
I'd vote for DeSantis in the primary.
I'd vote for DeSantis, yeah.
Yeah, I would take DeSantis, yeah.
I am supporting DeSantis. DeSantis is just gone from being awesome to being unbelievably good.
And everywhere you go, you see crazy support for him. And I think he's sort of what the future of the Republican Party is. But in some ways, he's already acting as the president, because we have a president who is obviously not doing particularly well.
So we'll see if that's enough to persuade Republican voters to ditch Trump in favor of Ron DeSantis.
Maybe.
I'm just looking forward to the fight. Because for once, infighting within the conservative wing of our political situation rather than the left wing of our political situation, much better.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna drag this out. I'm just gonna briefly mention that machine that you just showed, and I was pretty amazed that all of them were for DeSantis, including Alex Jones. If you were a conservative, I need you to understand that is millionaire, 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 millionaire. Yeah, I like the candidate who distracts all of you peasants with culture war nonsense and is gonna deliver more tax cuts for me. Isn't it weird that they support him?
Yep.
Thanks for watching The Young Turks. Really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.